Hello and welcome into Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Rich Reynolds, and you're going to be a little bit jealous. I mean, normally you wouldn't be of sitting in my chair, but today you are because we got ice cream. We're talking ice cream with Dave Dedman from Chocolate Shop. How you doing?
Doing very well.
Yeah, thanks for coming on in. Yeah. So very excited to have you in. Let's talk a little bit about Chocolate Shop Ice Cream. This is a local company, isn't it? What's your history?
Yep. Our history is in 1962. My parents, Chuck and Nancy Dedman, started the company. It's actually a little chocolate candy company and made ice cream in the back room. And then for the last almost 55 years now, we've been making ice cream and have expanded a little bit into, we have 5 area ice cream stores. And really are just focusing on ice cream, super premium ice cream that we manufacture here in Madison and then distribute to ice cream stores, restaurants, cafes around the region.
Yep, it's definitely all over. And you bring up the word super premium. So what's super premium ice cream? How is it different than ice cream?
It's actually an industry term, which means it's high butterfat and a very dense, heavy product. So high butterfat meaning we're 14% butterfat, where an average ice cream is 10% butterfat. Okay. So we're 40% more butterfat in the ice cream, which makes it a lot richer. And then also a much denser product. So it's heavier, smoother. So you actually kind of have to bite the ice cream as opposed to squish it.
So what you're saying is this is perfect for anyone who's still on their New Year's resolution and their diets then, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Our tagline is, you want nutrition, eat carrots.
Absolutely.
We're ice cream. We're a treat.
Excellent. So speaking of treats, people like variety in their ice creams, it seems like.
Yes.
How many different flavors do you make?
We actually have in stock for our ice cream stores over 110 flavors of ice cream.
Holy cow.
So each store only carries about 45 to 50 flavors in the Madison area, but we rotate through those flavors through seasonality, through every week. A new flavor may come into the stores just to kind of change it up.
Okay. So enough talk. I want to do some tasting here. As far as flavors go, what did you get bring us here today as far as flavors?
2 of our top. We have our Zanzibar chocolate, which won the first place in the World Dairy Expo this past year.
Dark.
Yep, yeah. And then our This Beep Just Got Serious, which is the salted caramel that has sea salt, chocolate fudge, and cashews mixed in too. So those are the 2 that I brought for you today.
The thing about chocolate that I've been told is if you can close your eyes and still taste the chocolate, you got something there, and that's good chocolate. Yeah, that's really rich. That's delicious. This one again, I'm sorry, I was like eating and not paying attention.
It's all right. This is for sure we call it serious, but it's This Beep Just Got Serious.
Holy cow.
Which was one of our winners a couple of years ago for Create the Flavor Contest.
Delicious. Even get like a little salt along with the sweet in there?
Exactly. It's a sea salt caramel, and then it has sea salt fudge mixed in with cashews.
Oh my goodness, is that good?
Yeah.
What a good way to start the day.
Yeah.
Or end it, or anything in between.
Yeah.
So we got summer coming up in a little while, hopefully. In Wisconsin, we usually get around to it. So what fun flavors do you got coming up for this summer?
Some of our regular seasonal flavors will be our lemon meringue pie, as well as our key lime pie. And then a new one that we were coming out with that just released is our banana cream pie for summer.
Okay. So all good, kind of seeming like lighter summer flavors. Yeah,
a little lighter, refreshing when it's super hot out. It's fun to dive into one of those and have a treat.
Oh, nothing better than that on a summer day. Yeah. Absolutely. So you talked about all these flavors. There's shops that you're at. Where can we purchase Chocolate Shop ice cream?
So in Madison, we have 5 stores that we operate. In Fitchburg on Midvale Boulevard, our Sequoia location, Camelot location, which is on Fordham Avenue, our State Street store location, which has been there since 1964, and then our newest shop, which is on Atwood Avenue, which is a seasonal shop that'll open up on April 4th, just for the season. Yep, it's a walk-up window, great backyard, super fun.
Okay, so that's coming up on Monday, which, by the way, also the opening day of baseball. So if you're going to take in some, the Milwaukee Brewers or something, maybe you could celebrate a Brewers win with some ice cream.
That would be perfect.
That sounds terrific. So this is very exciting. I'm so glad that you're here. Again, when it comes to fun, when it comes to not having to worry about nutrition for a little while, having a treat. This seems absolutely perfect. So, yeah.
We hope so.
Yeah, thank you for coming in.
My
terrific
pleasure.
history.
Yep,
terrific ice cream. And hopefully you'll enjoy some as well. And maybe while you're watching the show, you can do that. So we got a lot more Talk of the Town coming up. Stay tuned right here on Channel 57. And welcome back. And yeah, we got some wine to drink here today. So isn't that good? As Gail Nordloff is here from Northleaf Winery and Northleaf Winery in Milton, which we absolutely love here at CW57. We love going down to Milton. Such a great town. So we know the winery is located in Milton. Can you tell us a little bit about why Milton? Why Milton, Wisconsin? Of all the places you can open up a winery, why in Milton?
We get asked that a lot. And it's not only because we live there, but Milton is a great little community, and our building has always been a place where people have gathered, and it now is again. So we love to be part of that.
Okay, so you say that it's a place where people have gathered. What's the history of the building then?
It was an 1850 wheat warehouse, so all of the farmers would bring their wheat in there.
Okay.
It's on the National Registry of Historic Places.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of history there. Good. Talk about, I guess, some of the wines that you make. And everybody, has like their special wines and their special blends that they do. What are the wines and the styles that you make?
We have a wide variety of wines that we make, something to please every palate, pretty much. Some of the ones that I brought here today are Roundabout Red, which is a Chilean Malbec.
Okay.
And Tropical Viognier, which is a Viognier base with tropical fruit added, so it tastes like pineapple and mango.
Oh, really?
If you'd like to try these.
Absolutely. That's what we're here
This is
for.
the Roundabout. This is my favorite red right now.
I always feel like Kathy Lee and Hoda when I get to do this. So. Always good stuff. Oh, that's tasty. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love Malbec. So does that mean then too that you get the grapes are brought? So you're like an urban winery? Is that a
We
good
are
description?
an urban winery.
Okay,
Very
all
good
right.
description.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
learning.
So we import out the grapes. We do a Wisconsin cranberry and a New York Concord. So we get the grapes from a lot of different places, but most
Okay.
of them come from California.
Very yummy. Okay, so nice dry finish to that one then as well. So there's the dry side. Now do you do the sweet side too?
Yeah, this is the Tropical Viognier we were talking about.
Okay, with the tropical fruit.
Yes. So pineapple and mango.
Yeah. Wow, really? You could smell it right off the nose. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, that would be perfect. A nice hot day.
Definitely.
Yeah, excellent. So
Definitely.
that's terrific. So, a lot of wineries they like to have food then, as well. Do you do food?
Every day we have things like Wisconsin cheese trays and our own artisan breads with dipping oil.
Okay.
But we also have a full catering menu for when people have parties.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, terrific. So, do you have events then at the winery
Yes,
itself?
we have events all year long, just our own events. We start in January with a beach party.
Oh,
In
fun.
January.
In January.
Wine and Chocolate Obsession in February. Memorial Day, we start the summer with our annual wine and garden party.
Okay.
So we have music all day on the deck.
Oh, wow.
And then it just goes throughout the year like that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Terrific stuff. Yeah, and especially with the setting that you kind of describe and being in a historic setting in a historic place. That's very nice. So, what if I wanted to hold my own event at the winery? Say it's some kind of party get together, maybe a wedding or something like that. Can we do that as well?
Absolutely. We do all kinds of events for people. We have 3 spaces that can be rented. The tasting room itself, which is in the historic building, a bistro space next door, which has, it also is going to be on the historic registry, but it's just been nominated actually.
Okay.
And then there's a huge outdoor deck behind the bistro. So we can do just get-togethers or we can do parties, birthday, retirement, weddings, bachelorettes, whatever anyone can think of, we can do.
And people always love a winery as a setting as well.
Absolutely.
How long have you been doing this, Gail?
7 years.
Okay, wow. So that's terrific. So check them out. The wine, absolutely delicious. So you're going to want to check out. And Milton, by the way, also a great place to go to. Make a day of it and definitely hit up Northleaf Winery as well. Gail, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
You bet. We'll be right back to Talk of the Town right here on CW57.
This celebrity interview has been made possible by Trinity Financial Planning, a new concept in financial planning.
And a special segment here on Talk of the Town as we bring in John from Trinity Financial. And also, you may not realize, because we're going to talk about something that's a silent crisis that's affecting today's workforce, and that is financial stress. And it's actually causing organizations and businesses billions of dollars. Now, our next guest is an expert when it comes to not only managing money, but managing an empire, I guess. And it's just in time for Financial Stress Awareness Month as we bring in from the Shark Tank, Barbara Corcoran, who's joining us live from New York this morning. How are you doing today, Barbara?
I'm doing fine. I find it fascinating. We have a Financial Stress Month to help people forget about stress. Get it?
Right? Yeah. It almost makes you more stressed, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Barbara, could you share, how does financial stress affect both employees and employers?
The reason it affects both the employer and the employee is people are bringing their personal financial stress into the workplace. That never used to happen. People used to worry about their credit card debt and the bills they didn't have the money to pay when they were at home, and once they got to work, they focused on what their job was. There's been a lot of surveys out there that prove that people are feeling the stress in the workplace all through the day, and what that does is it makes the employer unhappy because they have less focused employees, less enthusiastic employees, and people who really aren't totally present on their job. And so the upside to that is at least there's an awareness of it on the employer's part, and rather than just focusing on 401ks or insurance benefits or should I give them a raise, they're realizing that the person's not going to do a good job unless they address their financial concerns. And that's why programs that are offered by, for example, Zebit come into play and make a huge difference, because it allows the employer to take a role in making their employees less stressed about their finances without any cost to them. And that's important to remember, that no cost to them, because employers are not in the mood for giving away more money. But what they can do is they can provide their employees through Zebit a Zebit line where they can make their large purchase acquisitions at a retail price, and they can pay it off over time at absolutely no interest rate. And so people are taking that worry off their plate. And on top of that, they're allowing their employees, as a member of the organization, to assess their own way of spending money and to set up a budget so they get on the straight and narrow going forward. And these are two big benefits that you wouldn't have offered only a few years back, but now employers are getting wise, and they're getting more from their employees as a result of it. I'm sorry, that was a long run-on sentence. Did it even have a period in it? Well, sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you very much. And so can you talk a little bit about how employers can offer these benefits and help with the financial stress their employees are feeling?
It's very easy. All you have to do is sign up for Zebit, and you go on Zebit.com, become a member. And again, I emphasize that it doesn't cost anything and it's not complicated. All it is you're offering to your employees a better way of financing what they need to finance anyway, because they don't have the money to pay for extraordinary expenses that come up as a surprise. So this is in their back pocket. They know it sits there, and they can use it to finance without going into extreme credit card debt and high interest charges, which is really the number one problem that creates stress, is feeling as an individual that you're in debt, you can't make your payments, so your interest rates are going up, and interest on interest, and on it goes. And just exactly the people who need the most help get the least help. And so it's nice that the employers are being more cognizant and jumping in and doing something about it.
Sounds like that's a win-win situation where the employees have the reduced stress in their lives, and at no cost, the employers is not having their employees walk around worried about their other money issues.
You're absolutely right. Maybe with the help of Zebit, if enough people sign up, maybe next year we won't even have an employee stress month. What do you think about that?
That would be great. Barbara,
we'll have a happiness month or something.
We all feel like we know you from your role as a shark. Would you mind sharing with us one of your maybe favorite investment stories and give us a preview of what's coming up in future episodes?
Yes, definitely. Well, first, my favorite investment, of course, is Cousins Maine Lobster. And before they even mentioned that they had a lobster truck and they were making $8,000 a month profit on one truck as a side job on weekends, I went cha-ching, cha-ching. Before that even came up, and I realized this was a very good potential franchise business. But before that even crossed my mind, I was already in. I almost didn't hear their pitch because I'm looking at them and going, those two guys are so good looking, I am in. And they've been flirting with me ever since. My money went out so fast that I just got lucky that they happened to have a good business that went with them. So they're my favorite, and I probably have 10 favorites, but they're the top of my list until they get old, and then I'm going to have to get somebody new, you know?
Barbara, I
But
wish
the
John
least-
and I were as good looking, and I wish we had more time to chat here on Talk of the Town.
Okay,
But we thank you
that
for
was
joining
long-winded,
us.
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll see you on Shark Tank, Barbara. Thank you.
See you on Shark Tank. You're in for some surprises.
Excellent. Thank you. And we'll be right
My
back
pleasure.
on Talk of the Town.
This celebrity interview has been made possible by Trinity Financial Planning, a new concept in financial planning.
And back on Talk of the Town, we've talked wine, so why not talk some beer? You know, let's keep the show moving in a good positive direction as we bring in Paul Hepp. You're from Fun Beer Tour Milwaukee, is
Correct.
that right?
You got it, yeah.
Fun Beer Tours Milwaukee. I want to make sure you get the whole title in there. What exactly is that, and what tour concepts are you doing?
Well, we are based out of Milwaukee, and we are a brewery history and a craft beer combo brewery tour.
Okay.
And we essentially have two major concepts. One is going to be the brewery history. You know, Milwaukee obviously has a rich brewery history
Absolutely.
itself. So we're going to be doing those to showcase the brewery history of Milwaukee. But then also the craft beer combo series that we are going to utilize throughout the entire summer. And then we can also do private events. We are utilizing both a 14 and a 34-person shuttle bus, so we can customize, you know, any kind of trip that you actually want to do. And then something called a road rally.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with that
No,
concept
not at all. What's that?
Well, road rally is one of those kind of, we've probably all done like a pub crawl or adult scavenger hunt kind of thing,
It's Wisconsin,
right?
yeah, we've
Exactly.
done that.
And so what this is, it's kind of that to the nth degree.
Okay.
And it's really meant for larger groups, anywhere from 15 to 50 people perhaps, and it's to celebrate a birthday or an anniversary or just to have a fun time. And we're based out of Brenner Brewing Company in the Walker's Point area of Milwaukee. And so from there, then you get a packet of clues, and you kind of just navigate around the neighborhood, what to do, where to go. There's no directions, but you got to figure out, you got to use your wits to figure out where to go. And it's a competition, so you can divide up into teams, and we do a theme of all things Milwaukee, so it's a lot of fun.
Very cool. Yeah, that seems great. Now, you know, Milwaukee, people have called the Brews City or the beer capital of the world.
Right.
What beer-related things are there to do in Milwaukee?
Yeah, we got
nowadays?
just a little bit.
Yeah, right.
You know, I guess if you think of it this way, there's not probably a city in the country that has more brewery history than the city of Milwaukee. You know, everybody knows the big four of Schlitz, Pabst, Miller, and Blatz, but dating all the way back to 1840, we have over 100 breweries in Milwaukee history.
Oh, wow, okay.
Right. So with that, there's just so much to do and see as far as even today with like the Pabst complex. The Pabst has a rebirth now. There were originally 28 buildings, and there were 16 that have been restored or in the process of being restored, and then there's new construction as well. There's the Best Place at the historic Pabst, which was the old Captain Pabst corporate office. There's the Brewhouse Inn and Suites, which was the old brew kettle where that was stationed. And Jackson's Blue Room Pub is a great restaurant there as well. Schlitz Park actually has the Brown Bottle, the original restaurant, dating all the way back to 1938, is up and alive and well again. And then on the other side, you got the craft brewery scene. So right now, from downtown Milwaukee, there is 9 breweries within probably a 20-minute driving radius. By next fall, that's going to double up to 18.
Holy cow. Oh, I didn't realize all that. So, okay, so you could go on, you could take brewery tours yourself. Why go with you guys, and what makes you guys so unique?
Well, I think we're going to be unique in a couple of capacities. One, you see, we got a few props here displayed. I also collect brewery artifacts, Milwaukee specific, and I try older the better. I like to go back to things 1800s. So what we're going to do is show and tell. It's one thing just to interact with the beer itself and drink that, and that's fun. But what we want to do too is to showcase Milwaukee's history by using some of the artifacts. And you want to take a look at some of these
absolutely.
here?
What have you brought us here?
Well, what do you think this is right here?
Okay, so I'm guessing, I guess it's a growler.
Right, so this is basically a Schlitz Hotel decanter.
Okay.
So we're all familiar with growlers today. So this would have been back in the 1895 Schlitz Hotel was built, and then this would have been something that you would have filled up in the bar and then taken up to your room at the end of the night. And if you look at the very top here, it actually says...
Is that porcelain at least?
Right.
Yeah.
And it actually says the blank that made Milwaukee famous. So they actually blotted out the word beer during Prohibition itself.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so
Yeah.
this is well over 100 years old. Over here, This is before Pabst is Pabst. It was actually Philip Best Brewery.
Okay.
So this glass, Pabst became Pabst in 1889. So this glass is actually from the 1880s. Look how well constructed that is.
Oh, wow.
Don't break it.
No, I want to drink beer out of it.
That's the idea too. And finally here, well, first of all, the box itself is actually an artifact. So this is from the 1920s. During the Prohibition era, the breweries had to find different things to do. So Pabst, for example, did the cheese.
Okay.
So they actually had Pabst farms up by Oconomowoc. And then from there, they actually would age the cheese in the cellars that used to chill the lagers. So this has been one of the carrying cases. These all here are different ball knobs. So prior to Prohibition, by law, the tap handles didn't have to identify the brewery. And then after Prohibition, you had to identify which brewery was on which tap handle. So these were early day tap handles. So these are all from the 1930s and 40s. So you
all cool stuff, Paul. I wish we had more time.
Sure.
Everyone's going to have to check it out on a tour. Book a tour. You can see it on the lower third. And thank you for watching Talk of the Town right here on CW57.